It's about 11 o'clock in the morning, my lovelies, and in a matter of 10 minutes I had 2 swarms. Look at it, right in the middle of it. Put the bee box down, and hopefully once they settle I can shake them in, or often they just go in by their own accord. Look at that, incredible. And just listen. And I'm absolutely surrounded by them. Let's hope this works, and so they can have a safe place. But the beautiful sunny weather is such an invite. It's going to be a good season. I've split the hives, but obviously, you know, they know it's going to be plenty of food abound, so they need the space. We'll let them be and see what transpires. Have a good day, my lovelies. Second hive. They settled in nicely. I just realized in the commotion I got stung on my wrist, and it's been pumping a little bit of poison into me, but anyway, I don't swell up much these days, so it's okay. I call these guys angry plants because they are not the easiest and nicest bees to work with, but they're going onto another rural property for honey production, and they're really good producers. But you can see they've all settled in at the bottom of this very old table that sits in the garden. Just grab the table to get some height, and there you are. Normally they don't sting because they haven't got a hive or honey to protect, but these guys are a little bit more aggressive, I'd say. But yeah, we'll leave them be and let them settle in, and I'll show you. I put some cotton down because we've had an implosion of incredible amounts of weeds. It's just everywhere. If I can say, if I say explosion, it will be bloody scattered, but this is just one on top of the other. It's just crazy. So I put some cotton down, and hopefully it'll help kill the weeds, and I can do a big cleanup around the hives. But those are the 3 nuc boxes. A nuc is 5 frames. It's half a hive, and that's due to go to a new owner. And the one on the far right is the one that the swarm came out of. And so hopefully, if all goes well, I can transfer these guys into another box, and then they will be off to a new owner. Okay, we'll let them be and see what happens. I'll come back in a few hours and see what I can do. If they're still outside, I will shake them in. Put on my bee suit and just do that. Otherwise, it should be good. But at the moment, it does look like they are slowly moving in to investigate, so that's a very good sign. Okay, my lovelies, you take care. Good morning, my lovelies. It's a lovely day, early morning. I've had a lot of activity of bees swarming in the last couple of days. I'm staying on the farm for the week just to keep an eye on the bees. Now I've had a lot of activities, as I said, and I'm preparing some nuc boxes for a customer. They want 10. You see the smaller one there, just on the left there, the white box. It fits 5 frames instead of the normal 10, with a queen that's laying, and we sell those as nucs. So it's a fully functional hive, but just half the size. So yesterday, within 10 minutes, I had 2 swarms. And we're just going to have a look and see how the first one is doing, and then we'll go across to the other side and have a look at the second one. There's so much gardening work to do. We've had such a huge amount of rain. And you can see I'm laying cardboard boxes down just to suppress the weeds, and I leave it there for about 2-3 months and then cut it away. But I'll need to come up with another solution for the bees to keep them off the ground and try and suppress the weeds. Now I've laid down weed mat, but I'm not very keen on plastic. But and also shade cloth, so I might do the same here because it does look neater as well. And that's the beehive, that the swarm I caught yesterday, and it does seem that they're doing their orientation flights. And what they do is they just come out in little circles, and it goes wider and wider and wider, and that's how they reorientate themselves to the new position. But they're in there. I moved the boxes about 200 meters last night, and it's very important when you catch a bee swarm is to move them to the location before the next sunrise, and then they can reorientate themselves to the new location and everything should be good. And they look like they're okay. And so let's walk across here. You can see all the weeds, the dandelion. Dandelion is just taking over. I have to find a solution. There's a couple of broad spectrum weed sprayers, but none has been proven to be 100% bee safe. And I'm not prepared at this point in time to take a chance on my babies. So yeah, trial and error. In the meantime, I'm just digging weeds out by hand. I leave the dandelion because with the taproot, it does draw nitrogen into the soil, which is very important for good soil health. And here what you perceive as weeds is a new bed I've created, and it's been sprinkled generously with pollinator seeds. So we'll see how that comes out. If all good, I will show you. And if it fails, I'll show you too. And of course the lavender, all of these babies, all of these spikes are going to be new flowers. And you can see some of them coming out already. Come, just see how beautiful. Can you see the flowers there? Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that nature's absolute magic? Look at it, every single one. Every single one is a little flower. I just love it, and it just goes on and on and on. Anyway, we won't linger too much. I want to just have a check on the second swarm. I think the neighbors might have a flat tire. Anyway, let's wander across. This is the old, this is a sibling from the old peach tree that I've, just put the seeds in a little plastic container 3 months in the fridge, and then take it out, and it needs that cold snap. And of course you take it out and all good. You can see how they start to the little seedling starts to erupt, and then you can actually plant it out and you have a new tree. Anyway guys, so here we go. Again, you can see all the cardboard I've put down, and we'll see how things go. Now, that hive there is the new hive. Last night when I moved it, it was in the dark, and I thought, oh, there's no activity. And it could, sometimes you catch a swarm and they take off, unbeknown to you, because I don't like what they, the new box. But in this case, I lifted the lid last night, and the lid was just full of bees. So what they do is they reorientate themselves within the hive as well as outside. And when it's sunny weather, they would be out here, but at the moment they've got a lot more priorities to get the inside of the hive, you know, good and well for the queen. I've put in new wax sheets, which means that they will be spending their time to draw the wax and to make their little cavities for the queen to lay her egg. And in this week, because she swarmed yesterday, if it's a new queen, she will have to do a mating flight in the next couple of days in the warmer weather. They won't go out now. It's not the warmest day, and there's not a lot of sunshine, and so she won't risk it. But on a beautiful sunny day, she'll go out there, mate, come back, and then within the next few days start laying. So I will leave them alone for 2 weeks and just keep an eye and see what happens. But there is activity. We'll just leave them alone and let them do their thing. Okay, my lovelies, that's it. I just wanted to check on these two hives, and I will let you know what happens. But good, because you know, managed to catch them both. And yes, it's always important to make sure that you try and catch your own. There's a couple of hives that I just let swarm. They're strong bees, they can take care of themselves, but there are other hives that I feel a little bit more precious about. They're not the strongest, but they're very gentle to work with, and this is one of them. So yes, have a lovely day, my lovelies. Now update you soon. Bye bye.